Hey you guys, this is 22 Tiger Dude, and I'm here to review the SpongeBob special, Hello Bikini Bottom. Hello Bikini Bottom, it's about when SpongeBob and Squidward get offered by this concert promoter named Colonel Carper. He wants to give him a world tour, but then Mr. Krabs comes in because, of course, what does he want? Money. So Mr. Krabs, he signs the deal about the world tour, kicks Colonel Carper out of the picture, and he becomes SpongeBob and Squidward's manager, and they start their whole world tour. This was a very good special. Very, very good. It was actually a little better than I expected because it had a couple of things I really didn't expect from the special. One, there was actually development, like character development, mainly between SpongeBob and Squidward. There was actually development in Squidward, showing that he's not always that grouchy, miserable octopus. This was well done. The special was funny. Animation, of course, is always going to be well done. The characters are well done too. Only nitpick is that the too old gag and that retirement home scene can get a little old. But you know what? I can ignore that easily. And another thing is that Andy Samberg guest voices in this special as the concert promoter Colonel Carper, the one that Mr. Krabs kicked out of the picture. So yeah, but Andy Samberg really voiced this character very well. He used some kind of Western Texan accent, and just by sounding how Andy Samberg sounded, he did a drop-dead good job and looked like he had a ton of fun with it. And I was shocked too because the commercials didn't say he was going to guest star, but I really like Andy Samberg. I think he's a funny guy, and I like him as an actor, so it really surprised me that he guest starred in this special, and I'm glad he did, because his voice definitely fit this character well. So if you guys are Andy Samberg fans, then you're going to enjoy it. Andy Samberg, as I just said right now, he did a great job voicing the Colonel Carper character. And it was funny too. I enjoyed that character actually. The thing I really enjoyed about this episode is that how they had plenty amount of callbacks from the previous episodes in the past. For example, they had Ned and the Needlefish return in the special, and we haven't seen them since the season 4 episode Wigstruck. And then we also have the wrestlers from the Krusty Crushers wrestling episode, who were Colonel Carper's roadies, yeah. And then we've also got that pawn shop guy from that SpongeBob episode, Porous Pockets. Yeah, it's when SpongeBob and Patrick, they get numerous amounts of money and all that stuff. Remember that guy? Well, he returned here, at least at the end of the special. We've also got the supermarket manager, and we saw him in Cracked Krabs. It just had numerous amount of callbacks from the past episodes that I really enjoyed. And then musical numbers. The musical numbers in the special were amazing. They were catchy, they were wonderful, they were well drawn. Especially the first musical number in the beginning of the special. Just the background, how it was drawn. It looked like it took a lot of work just for them to do this one musical number and stuff. And then we've also got the musical number towards the end of the special. It was between SpongeBob and Squidward. It was a duet, and probably the most amazing part of the special. And the reason I love that musical number, because it was not only funny, they add humor to the musical number, of course, but what I really, oh my gosh, and it had me actually watery. My eyes were actually watered because it was touching too. It had a message about not giving up and keep going where your path is going. That's probably why I also love this special too. Not only is it funny, not only is it well written, and not only is it highly enjoyable, but it's got development with Squid and SpongeBob. It proves that they could work together great, and it was just a very touching musical number too. And SpongeBob normally does not make my eyes watery, but especially that last part of the musical number, when Squidward, he's just playing his clarinet all nice and coming back to SpongeBob right when he was going to almost give up. That was really moving. My eyes were watery. I almost wanted to cry. And SpongeBob's not one to make me cry. The only SpongeBob episode I really cried in was in that season 4 special, Have You Seen the Snail? The special where Gary runs away. Yeah, that was the only SpongeBob episode that really made me bawling cry. Just the best SpongeBob special I've ever seen in a while. If you're a SpongeBob fan, like me, a huge one, you'll love this special. If you're an Andy Samberg fan, you're going to love this special. And even if you don't really watch SpongeBob as much as you used to, you're going to love this special. I'm not going to say everyone's going to love this special. Everyone's going to have their own different opinions. But that's what I'm going to say right here. It's just a very well done episode indeed. So in the end, I'm going to probably give this SpongeBob special a 10 out of 10. It was funny, and it's just everything you want to see in a SpongeBob special.
Subscribe to me, comment below, and give me your thoughts on the SpongeBob episode. Like this video, share this video. I hope you all enjoyed what you've seen here, and don't forget, I have